the cultural, economic, and social impact of gentrification in Oaxaca in 2025. The objective is to generate local Oaxacan artistic proposals as an audiovisual medium in response to cultural appropriation in the state of Oaxaca in 2025. The area will be delimited by the historic center of Oaxaca, the Central Palace, and the Montalban archaeological zone. This video is the product of our research for the subject of English, in which we use verb tense, idioms, prepositional phrases, and linking words.
So, what exactly is gentrification? Gentrification is a social and economic transformation that happens when wealthier individuals move into traditionally working-class neighborhoods. These new residents, often from Mexico City, the US, Canada, or Europe, bring more money, different expectations, and new lifestyle.
Oaxaca offers a wide range of cultural proposals that include from traditional festivals such as the Guelaguetza to artistic and literary events, as well as activities in traditional markets and tours to archaeological sites. You can also find handicraft workshops and musical concerts, among others. From personal experience, we have able to appreciate many of these, and we would like to share them as treasure of the state.
Imagine a digital platform where people from all over the world can walk virtually throughout Oaxaca, listen to oral stories in Zapotec and Mixtec, compare photos of how places used to look and how they look now, read testimonials from local residents. If tourists knew the full story, would they act differently? This platform will serve as an educational tool, a virtual museum, and community archive, all in one.
The elaboration of alebrijes in the state of Oaxaca is one of the most representative expressions of Mexican folk art, particularly in the communities of San Martín Tilcajete and San Antonio Razola. These colorful and fantastic beings emerging as part of fusion between artistic imagination and indigenous artisan tradition. Alebrijes are carved mainly from copal wood, a tree native to the region. Artisans choose pieces suitable for their size and shape and they curve the figure using machetes, knives, and other tools. Once the figure is carved, it is left to dry for weeks or even months, depending on the size. After drying, the surface is carefully sanded to make it smooth and ready for painting. It is the most distinctive part of the process. The artisans, often together with their families, painted figures behind with fine brushes, such as Zapotec fretwork, dots, lines, and geometric shapes. Today, the alebrijes of Oaxaca are not only artistic works, but also a source of cultural identity. But all these activities take place in areas distant from the center. This is not prejudicial to us, right? You're wrong! Although these activities are generating economic development through tourism and international commercialization, it has also had certain effects associated with gentrification.
In Oaxaca, gentrification is being confronted through art and community participation to key cultural collectives. The Comitiva Patronal de la Imagen and Ocho Trueno are recognized for their efforts. The Comitiva functions as a cultural center where artworks are created in various formats, such as photography and performance, to show how gentrification is experienced in vulnerable neighborhoods. If affected communities are given a voice, their release can be made visible. This is essential as many of these issues go unnoticed. On the other hand, Ochotrueno use murals and graffiti. Public walls are transformed into space of resistance, and local identity is kept alive through street art if cultural memory is maintained in public space. It can resist being erased. In summary, these collectives show that culture can be used as a tool for resistance. If art is supported by the community, it can help preserve identity and confront social injustice. Conclusion. Gentrification in Oaxaca has been deeply transforming the state and its society for years. Traditional neighborhoods have been affected by rising living costs and the arrival of wealthier outsiders, especially foreigners. As a result, many locals have been displaced. Although this process is often normalized and promoted through tourism campaigns that sell culture as a product, it has caused inequality, identity loss, and the breakdown of community bonds. If these impacts are not ignored, more communities will continue to suffer. Therefore, collective awareness must be raised about the real consequences of gentrification beyond its tourist appeal to protect two original communities. In this context, cultural initiatives led by youth and collectives are playing a key role. Through art, music, and community participation, gentrification is being made visible and Oaxaca's cultural wealth is being defended from being reduced to a folkloric spectacle or exclusive business. If young people are empowered to act creatively and collectively, cultural memory can be preserved, identity can be strengthened, and a more inclusive future can be built. In short, only with awareness and collective action can gentrification be confronted, while preserving Oaxaca's unique essence and resisting cultural displacement.